Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Well, hello there. Thank you so much for joining us here on First Alert 6 streaming. I'm Cerise Cole.
And I'm Erin Hartley. It's good to have you with us. First Alert 2, some smoky conditions. You're going to smell it as soon as you walk outside.
And that's the thing. We've had a south wind all night, and then it's basically a roll of the dice of what they lit on fire in Kansas from the day before.
Yeah. We couldn't really prepare for this necessarily.
That's the thing. They got a map that they put out and say these are the counties that could cause the problems, but you never know until they actually get going. But they basically do prescribed burns down in Kansas every April, and now when you have a south wind, it's something you got to factor in. And we have that all night long and now into today, and you can see the hazy start. We're at 47 with a feels like temperature of about 42 at the moment. But this is the bigger story with this smoke. The air quality, moderate range for most of us. You can smell it in the air, but notice getting some oranges and some reds here. And that south wind, especially as it picks up today, may try to reinforce that and drag more of that up into our area. And here's the deal. The wind direction doesn't change until we get past any storms tomorrow night. So we have this today, tonight, and tomorrow most likely with a south wind that today gusts to about 30 miles per hour most of the day. And just try to reinforce that smoky smell and the poor air quality, unfortunately. You can see the smoke forecast here. It's never incredibly thick, but notice it just never goes away. There's through the day today, still some smoke through the day, through tonight into tomorrow. And again, it all hinges on just how many fires they get going. It's a little thicker down here. Model's trying to anticipate that a little bit, but there's 830 and still have a fair amount of it around, but it should be scraped out of here Thursday night into Friday as a little front moves through and tries to spark our storms. Right now, a lot of 40s on the map. Nothing too crazy. A little chillier on the Iowa side, though. 32 in Atlantic, 39 in Red Oak, and 37 in Harlan. High clouds moving through with the smoke coming in from the south. We have temperatures in the 50s. By noon, we're up into the 60s. By 1 o'clock, we're 70 and better the rest of the afternoon. By 3 o'clock, there's 76. That south wind reinforced the warmth all day. It would be a pretty decent day if it wasn't for the smoke out there. The wind a little stronger than yesterday, though. By 5, we're up to 80 for the high. And then notice, some clouds try to increase this evening and overnight. And the south wind's going to help keep us in the 60s. Everything I'm telling you about Thursday and the first alert weather day that goes with it has to do with spotty storms. Look at that by 3 o'clock. There's 1, maybe 2 on the map. And there's not going to be many at any one point. Still could have a couple here by 7 o'clock in the morning. That's what we'll be watching for to start the day. There could be a little hail from 1 or 2 of these, but by far the greater risk is probably later in the day on Thursday. Still some wind in the morning, but notice, there you go, south wind all the way through the day. And that's going to reinforce the smoke until we can get the wind shift Thursday night. So here you go with the first alert weather day for Thursday. 86 for the high. Small chance of storms before 10 o'clock and then again after 5. The chances are low, but the severity could be high because any storms that get going have the potential to produce some large hail after 5 o'clock. Again, not many, but that's the greatest threat from those that can get going in this yellow shaded area here on Thursday. Primarily, though, after 5 o'clock. The early round, the before 10 round is likely a little weaker. We'll watch for the hail threat, and you can see tornado threat, it's low, but it's not zero. Wouldn't be surprised if one storm tries to in this setup. The wind, probably not as big of an issue as the hail. I think quarter size to golf ball size hail is probably what the worst of the storms will try to spit out. So 1 or 2 of those have the potential to do that tomorrow evening.
We have a busy little weather pattern right now with smoke and storms possibility. And on top of that, a lot of people looking at Easter weekend because the forecast kind of matters with all the Easter egg hunts and everything.
Yeah.
And I will say that compared to yesterday, it has trended towards things being a little bit better for those that want to get outside. It still doesn't look like a slam dunk rain chance, I will say at this point. And what we're dealing with here is likely going to be, a round that has some rain mostly south of I-80 at this point. It's going to get cooler, but the lower the rain chances go on Sunday, the warmer that temperature has the potential to be. So we'll watch this. Models have started to trend a little farther southeast with the rain and not bring an all-day soaking rain event to the area. And then some chances late Monday into Tuesday of some thunderstorms, 60s and 70s on the way for next week. And the wetter than average pattern that we may be diving into here likely can persist for a little while towards the end of the month anyway. So short term, a little smoky, but long term, we got the potential to see what looks to be hopefully a more spring-like pattern and get some rain in the area.
There's the top of your head. Oh, you're getting cut off.
Hey, Russ.
I'm tall.
Too tall. Okay. In the meantime, let's get an update on traffic. How's it looking this morning?
Yeah, still the same issues. I haven't seen any crashes yet this morning, but let's talk about what we have happening here. There we go.
There we go.
It's always tough when it's just me or just Jared.
I know.
I don't know where to walk in these things. All right. So there's the westbound lanes of I-80 from about L Street looking west, and there you go. Same story. Different day, same story with that. You got the slowdowns that are now, again, backing up all the way to 680. Watch for that. Starting to see it now impact the eastbound lanes from 144th. You have Harrison Street with the construction. 168th and Ida still closed as well. Can't get through there. And the bigger picture shows we still haven't got the slowdowns yet on Dodge. You're good there. Northbound JFK looking okay at the moment. So a lot of green on the map aside from that one spot there that's causing the problems where we have the lane restrictions. I know I keep showing you that, but that is easily the main issue. The big problem is how do you get around it? And there's no good ways because there's construction elsewhere. And it's just kind of the only road that goes that direction in a more efficient time. So I think most people are probably just waiting it out, getting through that stretch and just going a little slower so they can keep on going, because otherwise you got more construction and traffic lights to deal with. So.
Oh, what a pain.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Rusty, thank you. Well, the community is searching this morning for answers, hoping for any signs of 3 girls who went missing in the Missouri River.
Absolutely. It all happened near NP Dodge Park. That's where we find our Maria Cade live at the scene. Maria, what can you tell us this morning?
I mean, Aaron and Cerise, it's just devastating. We're out here again at NP Dodge Park, and as you can see behind me, since the sun's up now, it's a little bit better to see, but you could see the Missouri River flowing. It's going at a pretty fast pace. So when you think about, what happened to these 3 girls, obviously they're still trying to search, still trying to find them. Yesterday, it was a rescue mission. The crews were working here until the sun went down, but they say when they come back out this morning, unfortunately, it is going to be a recovery mission. Now, Omaha Fire says 4 girls were swimming here at NP Dodge Park yesterday. It was an 11-year-old, a 13-year-old, 2 18-year-olds who were out here. Officials believe that they're all related too. One witness said that they saw the girls struggling in the water, and the 13-year-old was able to get out with the help of somebody who was nearby here, but the 3 others did go under. And while crews were out here yesterday, Omaha Fire Battalion Chief Kobe Werner told us that the Missouri River water levels were down, but that doesn't mean that it still wasn't dangerous to be in the water.
Equates to a little bit less current, but it's still probably flowing about 8 to 10 knots per hour, which may not sound like much, but a body could easily float downriver several hundred feet pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I mean, you could tell out here right now, you cannot see anything above the surface. It's very murky, and crews say that when they were out here searching, that caused a lot of struggle for them while they were out here because of all the debris and everything that was in the water. But they do say that they're going to come back this morning a little less than an hour, sometime between 8 and 9 o'clock. They're going to be out here, and they're going to get some more help too from Bennington and Waterloo boats as well.
Now, Maria, we're told this search has been pretty extensive, right?
Yeah, a lot of crews out here as well. Like I said, Bennington and Waterloo coming out here later today, but Omaha Fire, Omaha Police Department, Epley Fire and Rescue too from the airport, and Council Bluffs Fire Department. They were all out here trying to search all throughout last night until the sun went down.
Maria, you mentioned earlier it's so hard to see anything through that water for crews.
Yeah, really, really difficult. Like I said, it's really hard to see above water. And we're going to zoom in a little bit just so that you can see what it looks like a little bit closer look. Really, really hard. They say that there are a lot of different rocks and things that were also causing some stress. They had a lot of different devices that they were using to help because it was pretty dark under there, even using all that technology. So they say that they had some sonar technology as well. There were some helicopters, some drones, a lot of different pieces putting this together, but all that debris and the really strong current that was causing a pretty big challenge for them as they were working. And again, they're going to be out here coming out sometime between 8 and 9 o'clock. Hopefully we'll be able to learn some more information about this, and as we do, we'll keep you all updated both here on air and online, FirstAlert6.com too. Back to you.
All right, Maria Cade, live from Dodge Park. Maria, thank you so much. And the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says swimming in the Missouri River is extremely dangerous and it's highly discouraged. They say even the strongest swimmer can quickly become exhausted by the river's strong current, which is normally 4 to 7 miles per hour. Think about that. There are hidden hazards in the water, too. As Maria mentioned, there's rocks and tree debris along with sudden drop-offs.
In the meantime, happening today, the alleged gunman in the Florence Tower shooting will make his first appearance in court. 45-year-old Eric Bechtold was killed in the incident. Police say 50-year-old Billy Dorrell confessed his intent to kill other apartment residents if police did not stop him. He's expected to be in court at 9. We're less than a month away from the citywide general election.
Yeah, yesterday, 2 mayoral candidates went back and forth, the two did, about a large sinkhole in downtown Omaha. Now, back in January, a garbage truck got stuck in a sinkhole in an alley on South 16th Street between Harney and Farnham. Well, 3 months later, that sinkhole is still there. Mayoral candidate John Ewing says he will deliver answers. Incumbent Gene Stothard says the city has responded and it's tied up in the courts.
It's time to pay attention to the basic governmental services that the city is responsible for so that the people of this community know they have a mayor and they have a city government that is in partnership with them.
The city has been in contact with the owners and the owner's attorney, and it is now a legal matter. So, to say that the city is not responding or ignoring that sinkhole is incorrect.
Now, right now, there is no work being done to fix the sinkhole until the controversy is fixed in the courtroom.
And a reminder, happening tomorrow, a head-to-head debate in the Omaha mayor's race. Gene Stothard and John Ewing will face off Thursday at noon. Now, First Alert 6's Brian Mastery is the moderator. You can watch that live on FirstAlert6.com. We can also have it streaming up on our Facebook and on YouTube. The debate is sponsored by the Omaha Press Club and the League of Women Voters Greater Omaha. And we'll be back after this.
All right, welcome back, everybody. You are likely waking up and smelling smoke in the air. I don't even think you have to go outside to smell it now, right?
Yeah, it's pretty pungent,
It
pretty
is
strong.
pungent, yeah.
Based on the way the winds are going to be, this is likely something we're going to deal with all the way into tomorrow evening until the winds can shift a little bit. So a south wind continues to drag it in from Kansas, and that's why we have that topping our weather headlines. South breeze and some Kansas smoke as they do prescribed burns in the Flint Hills. Now, spotty strong storms still in play Thursday, some early, some late. Some of us could stay completely dry. That is just how spotty these storms will be, but the ingredients will be there. And then some rain on Easter Sunday that actually is trending a little towards the drier side. Air quality index is the story out the door, though. Moderate air quality, but you have unhealthy for sensitive groups in the orange and just unhealthy overall in the red, as the south wind will reinforce that all day long today, gusting up near 30 miles per hour. Into the evening, still some 25-mile-per-hour gusts that'll relax a little bit overnight, but still the right direction to keep that heading our direction. Now, let's talk about Thursday. First Alert 6 weather day. Some spotty morning storms that could impact the commute, those likely a little weaker. Another round of spotty stronger storms after 5. I keep saying spotty because there may only be 2 or 3 on the map. Trust me, this is not going to be widespread coverage of severe weather. Large hail is the greatest threat from any storms that can get going, but overall, many of us may end up staying completely dry. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The morning round, I'm starting to see some trends that most of that may stay south of I-80. There's 5, 6, 7 o'clock. I'm going to keep a chance in through about 10, though, just in case 1 or 2 try to linger a little longer in a setup like this. These are high clouds that I think we're able to warm up to 86 between the rounds of storms, and there you go, from 5 to 7. Look at the couple that get going. Again, maybe 1 or 2 that try to have some large hail with them, and then by 10 o'clock they're east and out of here pretty quickly, and there's not too much left after that. So, a couple of spotty storms. If you're under one, you could be in for some pretty intense weather for a short time, but then it moves on pretty quickly. In the cooler air, we shave about 30 degrees off the high for Friday and introduce a northwest wind that'll be fairly breezy during the day on Friday. There's the risk area we're watching for severe potential for tomorrow. The yellow shaded 2 out of 5 in our viewing area. That's where the best bet for isolated severe storms, spotty storms. Again, not widespread. I cannot stress that enough. The tornado risk, low but not zero. I wouldn't be surprised if one tries to produce one as it develops. And then the wind threat, not all that great with these. By far the biggest issue is going to be quarter to golf ball size hail potential from the strongest storms that are able to get going. So you go, small window before 10 o'clock tomorrow, and then after 5, a couple more spotty storms. Chances aren't all that great at any one point the way it looks. Today we go to 80 for the high. That'll happen around 5 o'clock, and then we settle back and don't cool too much, likely right down near 60 for the low tomorrow morning. So you go to pick up the kids from school, we're looking at a lot of 70s, south wind. It'll be warm, it'll be windy. It'll also be smoky as well. Now, here's what it looks like heading into Friday with 58. A lot of 50s on the way this upcoming weekend, the way things are looking.
All right, looking ahead at that Easter Sunday, it's been kind of wishy-washy, right? It's like initially last week we talked about it was going to be pretty nice forecast. Now some more chances for rain for the afternoon, but how's it looking now?
I will say, this is not a slam dunk washout. I wouldn't be all that worried just yet. Yesterday it looked a lot more promising for some rain. I may end up backing up on some of these rain chances as well. Clouds looking more and more likely, though. 60s and 70s for highs beyond that, all things considered. So the Easter weekend is not a washout. I will say that. Sunday has the best chance of rain, but models starting to say maybe that's more of a Kansas, Missouri problem rather than what we have in our area for Sunday. So keep that in mind.
I'm okay with that.
All right. There we go.
Bye.
Later. All right.
All right, fast food drama between 2 popular spots.
Why all the theatrics have to do with a specific cheeseburger. That's when we come back.
Sounds good. I do.
Well, Chili's is coming to take McDonald's spot when it comes to the quarter pounder.
Yes, Chili's recently unveiled a new menu item called the Big QP Burger.
Tap dancing around that. Can't quite say quarter pounder, can you?
So the toppings include 2 slices of American cheese, pickles, ketchup, and diced onions. Sound familiar? So Chili's referenced McDonald's in the press release. Oh, they did? Saying the Big QP has 85% more beef than the quarter pounder. So they just did it like that, right?
Yeah.
The Big QP will be part of Chili's 3 for Me meal for almost $11. Chili's says that is cheaper than a comparable meal at the Golden Arches.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, value meals are like $10, I would say.
See, that's like my warped perception of how much fast food costs as someone who doesn't go too often. It's more of a treat for me. That like I still think it's like $5 now.
Oh no.
Oh, I know. Like now, and I'm like, really?
My math brain is going, if they're both a quarter pounder, how is one 85% bigger?
I think I don't know.
You know, you'll have to go and try it. That's how they get you in the door, right?
All right.
But I will say, because my husband is a Chili's fan, the 3 for Me, you get the drink, you get an appetizer, the burger, and the fries.
There you go.
Wow. That's a lot
My
of
husband
food.
loves him some Chili's.
Get Todd in
That's how
here.
I know. All right, everybody. Where are we going? Have a great day. We're going to get ready for Update in the Today Show. You can watch it here on streaming or over the air.
Enjoy your Wednesday.
Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. It is 7:26. I'm Cerise Cole.
And I'm Erin Hartley. Is going to update on traffic and your forecast today with Rusty Lord.
Yeah, latest traffic update, still that issue on I-80 between L Street and L Street and Giles, I should say. There's your slowdowns. Again, same story, different day for the last 8 days, I think. So that is by far the biggest headache. If a lot of people are just, rolling into it, taking their time, they don't have any stoplights, it just takes a little while to get through, and then you're on your way. Then you got eastbound traffic really slowing down too on I-80 from 144th. So keep that in mind. Just a mess in these same spots. Otherwise, no other big issues. You got the varying lane restrictions around 144th and Harrison as well. Let's flip the weather. Now, the smoke, not a weather thing, but the weather dragging it in, and the air quality is not great. You have orange and red showing up in our southern counties, and it's moving in from Kansas with the south wind. That is unhealthy for some groups, and you even have a little bit of orange showing up in our viewing area a little bit more too, around Omaha and Blair as well. So it's not great. That's the reason you smell the smoke when you step out. It's prescribed burns in the Flint Hills of Kansas. And unfortunately, the wind is going to send that our direction all day today, tonight, and tomorrow. The gusts aren't that strong right now, but they will pick up and try to hit 30 miles per hour over the next few hours and then stay rather consistent into the afternoon. Today, 80 degrees and smoky. It'd be a great day if it wasn't for the wind and the smoke. Aaron?
Well, the search will continue this morning for 3 missing girls who went into the Missouri River yesterday near NP Dodge Park. Omaha Fire says they found 2 pairs of shoes floating downstream they think belong to those girls. Of course, we're hoping to get an update very soon this morning. Please check back in on our website as well, firstalert6.com.
It is 7:28, and we're back with another update for you in 25 minutes. We'll see you then.